सबसे कंफ्यूजिंग रूल है. देन सेकंड इज रूल ऑफ कलर रूल. वो तो मैंने बता दिया, बट आई टेल यू अगेन. ये चीजें मैं क्लियर कर दूं तब आई विल बी एबल टू टीच यू बेटर फ्रॉम द नेक्स्ट क्लासेस. कलर रूल. थर्ड इज ग्रुप रूल. Any other rule anybody know? Please tell me. Any other rule you would have heard? Group rule, color rule. Yes, infinity. Infinity. Very good. Thank you. What is infinity rule? Okay, these are the 4 rules. Load is no rule. Yeah, you have to carry a load. है ना? As you are crossing from start line to finish line, sometimes they'll give you empty tin or can or something, and you have to carry it along. That's not a big problem. Okay. If you are going through that, you can carry something in your hand. It is not like 100 kgs of weight. It is hardly a dabba or something which will be like 100 grams and you just have to carry it along. Okay, that is the load. Nothing else. Okay. First and the most confusing rule is rule of rigidity. Again, I'll make some things. Just be patient. Okay, Spandana, what I'm going to tell you next will be much better if I speak in Hindi. Huh? Okay, try to understand the dialect and slang of a Meerut guy. I know you are from Bangalore. Okay. Are you there in the class? Okay. Okay, listen to me. Now, this is your start line and this is your finish line. Approximately, the gap between start line and finish line is approximately 10 to 12 feet. 10 to 12 feet. Okay. Now, Meerut is known for, I know complete India is known for these kind of people, but don't get offended. By Meerut, I mean I'm from Meerut, that's why. Meerut is known for जुगाड़. ठीक है, यहाँ पे जुगाड़ बहुत चलता है. मेरठ के लौंडे बहुत जुगाड़ू होते हैं. ठीक है, they are highly जुगाड़ू. ठीक है, तो now what a guy from Meerut will do, he'll see that there is a plank which is around 5 feet. Okay, now there is a balli which is around 5 feet, and there is a wide platform which is here, and that platform is covering around from here to here 3 feet. Okay, now he will jump onto this platform. What he'll do next is he will tie the balli to the rope, the balli to the plank like this. Okay, he'll put the balli over the plank and tie it from here. Getting it? Then he will place it from one end here and second end here. One end this side, plank, and second end of the balli this side. And then he will say, okay, let's move. He has not used even a single structure. So he is brilliant here. वो तो जुगाड़ू है भाई. He is the जुगाड़ू of high sort. खत्म, टाटा, bye. Over. GTO. Who says GTO is difficult? For Meerut guys, nothing is difficult. Now the problem is this, that the people, those who made SSB, उनमें से भी कोई मेरठ का था, है ना? They were also from North India and Meerut. So what they did, they made the rule of rigidity. Okay, rigidity. This says that two rigid helping materials, समझना, that two rigid helping materials cannot be tied together alone. Cannot be tied together alone. Right? There's a lot of confusion when I tell you this rule. People feel that I cannot tie it to the structure also. It is not the same thing. I am saying two rigid helping materials. Rigid helping materials are your plank and your balli. Balli and plank. They cannot be tied alone. मतलब तुमने plank लिया, बल्ली उसके ऊपर रखी और बांध दिया, बोले चलो चलो move सटासट. Come on, carry on guys. That will take 5 minutes. And within 5 minutes, we all will be there. है ना? मेरठ में ऐसी होता है. What are you doing? What you are from where? ठीक है ना? तो इसमें बोला whole of us will be there. है ना? तो उसने GTO की तरफ देखा, bye bye और चला गया. तो इसीलिए rule of rigidity is made. Again, listen to it carefully. It says that two helping material cannot be tied to each other. But if the structure is involved anywhere, then they can be tied to the structure. ये बोला नहीं जाता, वो सभी कुछ बोल देगा तो तुम्हारे लिए कुछ बचेगा क्या अकल में? Of course, he will not tell you the complete thing, but what he is saying is that it cannot be tied together, but if a structure is involved, they can be tied to the structure. Right or wrong? ये कैसे सर, मतलब ये ऐसे भाई कि सपोज, अब वापस उस वाली फिगर पे आते हैं ना, सपोज नाउ दिस इज योर T and you have to move towards this direction, right? ये तुम्हारा movement of direction है. This is your direction of movement. Okay. Now what you can do is that you can suppose you are standing here. कहाँ पे? You are standing here. You can put your plank like this and you can tie it with a rope. Getting it? You can tie it with a rope. Now suppose, now this is only the plank. Now this is only the plank. Up again I am telling you something. Sometimes what happens that there is a structure which is only this portion. ये देखना, ये वाला दिख रहा है, ठीक है? This is only this. There is a pole on the ground. I did not want to tell you this thing. I'll keep on telling you again and again, but अभी मोटा मोटा बताने दो मेरे को, है ना? Because you are asking it. Now suppose this is the structure. Okay. Now suppose you have to move towards this direction. Okay. Now you cannot do anything. You cannot do anything. So there is a way to it. Again detail में बाद में बताऊंगा, अभी नहीं बताऊंगा. You put your balli over here. This is your balli over the structure, right? You tie your balli to this structure like this, and then you move it, pressurize it from this side to this side. So this balli will come like this. This balli will come like this. When you will pressure it from here to here, नहीं आएगा समझ में. I am telling you this is very advanced, but I am simply telling you, बस इतना समझो. So now you will put your plank over here and again tie with the rest of the rope here. जो तुम्हारा rope बचा, you will tie it here and you will put your plank here. So indirectly you are tying balli to the plank. That's what I am saying. Yes, you can. Indirectly you are tying balli to the plank, but you are also using the structure. But you are also using this structure. So this is allowed. Getting it? अभी ये मत सोचना मैंने क्या बताया है, क्या नहीं बताया है. मैं नहीं बताऊंगा अभी आदित्य. Wait for it. It is very advanced technique. This cannot be told you on the first day. You will not even understand it. So wait for it. Okay. This is a very advanced technique. I'll not repeat. Wait for it. Now you want to know everything in the first class itself, brother. Wait for it. Let me explain it to you. So now you are using helping material with the structure. So that is not a problem. Getting it? Getting it or not? अभी सिर्फ इतना ही समझो. सिर्फ only understand the rule. Don't understand what I told you. Only understand the rule. Okay? Okay. Now let's come to the second rule. The second rule says where is the second rule? The color rule. What was it? Color rule. Now this is a simple thing, but let me tell you one thing. There are three colors: white, blue, and red. Okay. Now listen to me very carefully. जो मैं बताने वाला हूँ उसे ध्यान से सुनो. White says that man and material both are allowed. Getting it? Blue says only men and ये material. Only men are allowed, material is not allowed. Okay? And red says neither men and nor material is allowed. Both of them are not allowed. Now understand, listen to me very carefully. This happened to lot of my students. It does not make any difference whether you are listening it from my mouth or you are listening it to some Colonel Saab's mouth or you are listening to it from any Tom, Dick and Harry's mouth, any General Saab's mouth. What matters is what your GTO will tell you as the instruction. What happened? There were two guys in the same group, both from my classes. GTO changed the rule of white to blue and blue to white. Getting it? While telling the rule, GTO said that blue is allowed for men and material both and white is only allowed for men. Now there were two guys. There was a person. He was the only person in the group who was telling a gentleman, "We are not supposed to stand on blue. We are not supposed to touch the material on blue." And everybody in his group kept on telling, "No, you are wrong. You are wrong. This is not the rule. This is not the rule." And finally, he was the only one who was selected. Okay, because GTO might change the rule of white to blue and blue to white. Getting it? Getting it? Yeah. When I tell you these things, GTO structures, they are not random. Don't think they are random. I told you this thing many a time. Can you solve any random equation I gave you? Okay, I'll give you one equation. Maths ki वैसे I don't know maths at all, but I will try. X divided by y, and then there is a lambda. I hope this is lambda. Z 2 into C by 100 plus d raised to the power n plus under root, ये सारे साइंस मुझे मालूम है, under root x. Now solve it, is equal to what? And don't say 0. Please call me after half an hour. I'm pretty busy.
2000 years later.
अब सीधी सी बात है भाई कि ऐसी चीजें जीटीओ में नहीं दी जाती हैं. Okay, they'll not give you anything which cannot be solved. They will give you something which can be solved, which, okay, not stuck. So they don't give you anything which cannot be solved. मालूम है ऐसा होता है यार. GTO during his complete tenure makes around 200 to 500 GTO courses. GTO courses जो ground task है, right? तो for GTO the making a course is not good. लेकिन समझो इस बात को, like we do in maths में क्या होता है? First of all, there is any equation is not given to you. First of all, the equation is being solved. Then if it is solvable, then it is given to you, right? If it is solvable, then it is given to you. So it means when GTO is given to you, it is solvable. It is solvable. Just imagine, you can try solving something when it is solvable. It becomes easy for you. It becomes quite easy and relevant for us to solve a thing which already has a solution. So do not think that GTO structures do not have a solution. They have solution. In fact, more than 1, 2, 3, 4, in fact 5, more than 7 solutions of the same structure. 7 solutions of the same structure depending on how I increase the complexity. I hope you got this point, all of you. Now let me tell you one more thing. अब मैं बता रहा हूं तुम्हें सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज इस क्लास की समझना. अभी तक मैंने ग्रुप रूल नहीं बताया, तुम्हें कलर रूल बता दिया और रिजिडिटी का रूल बता दिया, है ना. नाउ आई टोल्ड यू वन थिंग, दैट ऑफिसर लाइक क्वालिटीज आर सेम. The same OLQs, psychologist is looking at you. The same OLQs, GTO is looking at you. The same officer-like qualities are being looked by personal interviewer, right? Their procedures are different. Now, when you write the psychological story, I and most of the people would have told you, write a positive story, be positive in your approach, right? And always give the officer-like qualities and show officer-like qualities and reflect them. All that, happens, that bullshit, right? You must have heard everything. Now, when you look at the structures, I don't know whether I can do something. Okay, I can do something. I'll just tell you this thing. I'll do it. Wait.
2000 years later.
Just tell me, out of these 3 colors, which color will you see first? Red, blue, or white? You have the reason of it. Red is the highest red wavelength. Sumit is in fact using the red to gain the attraction of the educator also. Good trick. Nice trick. अब मेरे सामने तुम लोग चैट कर रहे हो तो Sumit is one thing I cannot forget because he is using the red icon. Simple, right? It means when you are looking at the structures from a distance, like suppose your structures are starting from here, this I'll try to make it. I will try. It will take some time. Wait a second.
2000 years later.
Now you tell me, out of these 3 prominent colors, which color is catching your eye? Out of these 3, इन तीनों colors में से कौन सा color तुम्हारी सबसे ज्यादा attraction gain कर रहा है? Red. Now, if you are looking at these structures from a distance, let's say these structures are 10 meters ahead of you. You are standing here and these structures are here. Now your focus will be on red, obviously. Now you know already that red means neither I can use my man nor I can use my material. So it is a waste for you. समझो, रेड में ना तो आप आदमी यूज कर सकते हो ना मटेरियल यूज कर सकते हो, तो ये आपके लिए बेकार है. लेकिन स्टिल यू आर थिंकिंग अबाउट रेड, देन आफ्टर सम टाइम दिस विल बी योर माइंड एटीट्यूड के यार ये तो बहुत ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट है, ये तो बहुत ही ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट है, राइट? बट व्हाट यू हैव टू लुक इज फॉर व्हाइट पैचेस एंड ब्लू पैचेस. When you're looking at the structure, don't be distracted by red, because red is not going to give you any solution. Look for white and blue patches as soon as you are looking to the complete structures. Then you white and blue are those places which can give you the solution. Yani ki jo cheez aap psychology, whatever you are doing in psychology, keeping yourself positive, here you have to do it practically. Getting it? Here you have to do it practically, keeping yourself positive. अभी तो ये एक ही चीज है. दिस इज ओनली वन थिंग विच इज मैचिंग. देयर आर हेल लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स विच विल मैच. लाइक अब मैं तुम्हें एक रूल बताता हूं विच इज गोइंग टू वर्क इन दिस कंप्लीट कोर्स एज वेल एज व्हेन वी आर डूइंग एनीथिंग एल्स. दैट रूल इज OIRPE. दिस रूल इज फॉर solving any problem in your life. This rule will lead to one thing, and that is called problem solving. Because the real qualities come out from a person when he is solving some problem, either in real life or in SSB. Getting it or not? अगर लाइफ बड़ी आसान चली जा रही है, तुमने जो सोचा है वो मिलता जा रहा है, तुमने जो सोचा है वो करते जा रहे हो, देन हाउ वुड आई कम टू नो दैट व्हाट यू आर मेड ऑफ? कहते हैं ना कि गॉड टेस्ट्स अस व्हेन इट गिव्स अस प्रॉब्लम. कहते नहीं कहते? तो हियर एसएसबी इज इक्विवेलेंट टू गॉड एंड दे आर टेस्टिंग यू फॉर योर क्वालिटीज व्हेन दे आर गिविंग यू सम प्रॉब्लम. नाउ रीचिंग फ्रॉम स्टार्टिंग लाइन टू फिनिश लाइन इज ए प्रॉब्लम हियर और नॉट? अगर मान लो यहां पे कुछ नहीं होता तो ये प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं होती, राइट? Right? And again, when we make stories, so there is some problem in the picture, some challenge in the picture or not? So problem solving is the main concept behind SSB. Now, how do you apply these steps? First step is observe. Observe what? Observe what? Observe the problem in front of you. कि yes, मेरे पास ये structure है, इस स्ट्रक्चर को मैं ऐसे हेल्प में ले सकता हूं. देन आई कैन पुट माई प्लैंक ओवर देयर एंड आई कैन रीच दिस स्ट्रक्चर. देन आई कैन पुट माई प्लैंक. ऑब्जर्व व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम. क्या रेड है, क्या व्हाइट है, क्या ब्लू है, कहां पे आई कैन स्टैंड, कहां पे आई कैन नॉट स्टैंड, कहां पे आई कैन पुट माई मटीरियल, कहां पे आई कैन नॉट पुट माई मटीरियल. दिस यू विल ओनली कम टू नो बाय ऑब्जर्व, राइट? यानी फर्स्ट थिंग इज ऑब्जर्व और ऑब्जर्वेशन. मैं इसका एग्जाम्पल ही बताऊंगा बाद में. सेकेंड थिंग इज इमेजिन that what things I can do in white part, what things I can do in blue part. Imagine that. How can I put my fatta? Where can I put my fatta? Which all places can be joined? Imagine the length of the fatta, then approximately calculate the length on real ground. If fatta is approximate 4 feet and the length is 6 feet, there is no point of putting the fatta and checking it over there. You already know it will not work. Then your imagination, whatever is, however, how much strong your imagination is, it depends on how accurate your observation was. नहीं आया समझ में? Suppose the gap from here till here is you observed around 5 feet, right? And you know the length of the plank is around 4 feet. So obviously you will not try to put it from here to here, like put it on top to top and then go on walking. You have this much common sense. Yeah, this won't work. It will go and touch the ground. This is what I'm saying is strong imagination. Then third thing is find out the resources. Now red part is not your resource. Hey? Only the white part is your resource. Only the white part is your resource. Red part is not your resource. Find out the resource along with the 3 helping materials: fatta, plank, and rassi. They are your resources. Then use your resources. Use or resources तुम्हारे बंदे भी हैं. आगे बताऊंगा. This I'll tell you later on. Then use your resource and make a plan. कि मैं किस तरीके से फट्टे को यहां से यहां पहुंचाऊं with the help of रस्सी and बल्ली. अगेन आई टेल यू कैसे पहुंचाना है, बट दिस इज द की. इसे मत भूल जाना यार. दिस इज द की टू प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग. देन यू हैव टू वी कैन ऑलवेज प्लान विद द रिसोर्स. इफ समबडी इज हैविंग बाजी राम एंड रवि का फ्री का दिस थिंग, कोचिंग फ्री में ले सकता है, तो उसकी रिसोर्स बेटर होगी या नहीं होगी फ्रॉम एनीबडी हु इज वेरी पुअर एंड प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर आईएएस, राइट और रॉन्ग? हो गई ना बेटर? तो यानी कि मच इजी, आई मीन द हायर द रिसोर्सेज lesser the difficulty in planning. It goes vice versa. Higher the resources, lesser is your difficulty in planning. समझ गए? And again vice versa. More the difficulty in planning, it means the resources are less. इस चीज को भूलना मत. Don't forget it. और again, a person who can give me the desired plan with less resources, या desired action with less resources, is having more of the gray matter inside his head, and that is what SSB wants. समझ गए? नहीं समझे? If suppose I'll give you a chopper to go from start line to finish line, then everybody will sit on the chopper and go over there, right or wrong? So where is the application of head? Application of head is when I don't give you resources. Okay? And last is explain. GTO में, especially when it comes to GTO, you got to explain that what you have planned. Explain. Now, अब एक मोटी I'll tell you one thing. Kuldeep, you are quite late. Plus, please watch this class because every classes will be sequenced in this course. If you will miss anything in between, you will not be able to understand it. Now, I'll tell you one thing. Please apply these steps in your normal day-to-day life, whatever problems you are facing. You are facing a problem related to job. You are facing a problem relating to your love life. Then observe that why this problem happened. Imagine how can I improve it. Find the resources. I'll put more time in work. I'll give more time to my relationship. I'll give more time to my parents. I'll give more time to my sibling, whatever. Then plan कि ठीक है, मैं पूरे दिन में मेरे को ऑफिस के बीच में इतना टाइम मिलता है, talk to my father. इतना टाइम मिलता है, talk to my girlfriend. इतना टाइम मिलता है, again give her a call and talk to her. And then real life में don't explain it, execute it. Real life में you don't need to explain it to anyone, you need to execute it. Jai Hind Kuldeep. Getting this point or not? Tomorrow, please remind me that I have to tell you 2 rules, group rule and infinity rule. And then I'll continue the structure analysis and what you have to do. Okay? I hope